I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing started. You can mute yourself for now, but if you have a question, feel free to just go ahead and unmute yourself and cut me off and just ask your question, okay? It's just you and me, so we good for now. I'm gonna just go
Okay.
ahead and get started. Okay, so 4 ways for braiders to build a clientele. Um, building a clientele is a lot easier than people think. They really overthink it. It's more of like a step-by-step process, very small, detailed processes that you have to be intentional with in order for you to build your clientele. Zoom class rules. Basically, if you have a question, you can just unmute yourself or you can type it in the chat if you want to help yourself remember. I do highly suggest having a paper and pen ready so that way you can take notes if there's anything important that you want to take down. I will be sending you a replay of this video and I will be sending you the copy of the presentation. Okay. Remain muted to minimize background noise. If I speak too fast, which I do, okay, I talk really fast. So please tell me to slow down if I do. Tag me while you're in this Zoom, when you take videos and stuff like that, and be engaging. So like I said, don't be scared to unmute yourself. If you have a quick question, cut me off, ask. I'm more than happy to answer. Okay. So I don't know if you know a little bit about me, but I'm a licensed cosmetologist since 2017, over 20 years of braiding experience. I create hair products. I travel to clients all over the US. I also style them in my salon suite, and I also teach all over the US. So that's just a little bit about me. Today, we will be learning how free work can get you paid, okay? Also how to build your reviews, how to create a sales strategy, and where to attract your clients, all right? So first things first, how free work can get you paid. So what is free work, right? Free work is basically giving a customer a product or a service for free. Why should we do free work? When you think about it, it gives your business more exposure. When you're grabbing models from different, places and different cultures and styling them because they can go into their own communities and spread your word about your business. It also builds your skills and experience. It increases your chances to receive a referral by word of mouth or review. It helps you create and stage content for marketing and promo. So when I say stage content, I mean literally stage content. You know how when you go to, I don't know if you've ever been to one of those, but you've seen them on TV. I'd be watching Selling on Sunset. So they'll have these houses, and a lot of the time these houses, before they sell them, they want to stage them. When they stage them, that means they'll add a little bit of art decor, they'll add the furniture, they'll add a little bit of plates and little things to set the ambiance to show what the house can offer, right? To a potential buyer. So basically, you're doing the same thing when you're working with a free client. It should be that way with all your clients, but really you should be truly intentionalizing that with your free client, because they're free, they're not paying you. It's basically a one-hit quit if you don't catch as much content as you can from that appointment. That's the whole point of having a model. It's not about styling the hair. It's not about them, just speaking about you and doing word of mouth reviews. And it's about the staging. It's about being able to get as much content as you can so you can later on promote that content as much as you possibly can. So yes, for marketing and promo, allows you to improve from the feedback given. It allows you to improve from the feedback provided in the free service. So, and you always want to improve, because if you don't look at feedback as a bad thing, okay? What I did was my first 2 years, I made my feedback go on Facebook first, and then my feedback went on Google for the past, you could say 4 years. I did that not on purpose, but I realized that I was able to use the reviews that I had on Facebook to help me build myself and my experience so that way I could get even more positive reviews on Google. Because the more positive your reviews are and the more consistent your reviews are on Google, when people type in braider or full locks or whatever you offer that's listed in your Google listing, it's going to pull up. The more you have good reviews and the more consistent they are, like let's say you have a good review every week, keeping your 4 or 5-star rating up high, you're going to always receive clientele. My Google line stay blowing up, okay? Because I'm able to be consistent with having clients leave reviews. Just because I've been doing this for so long does not mean it's something I'm going to stop doing. This is something that you're going to have to keep doing throughout your whole entire duration of being in business. That's how you keep the business alive. That's the business heartbeat, which is reviews. And the reviews and the feedback come from building trust. Now, so free work builds trust, right? Free work also builds like, know, and trust. Now it's separate like that because like, know, and trust are three different things. Okay. Once you have all three of those things from a prospect for your business or for your services, that equals them buying or paying for it, meaning you making your money. If they don't like you, if they don't know you, and if they don't trust you, they'll most likely will not be spending any money with you, right? And this is where the free work comes in. The free work helps you build the like, which means they like your work or what you offer, okay? So if they like what you offer, they'll likely, hit the tap button for the like button on your photos. They'll likely probably see your content through hashtags and click on that and like it. But that's as much as they'll basically do. They just like your work or like what you offer. That's it, right? Now, to know means they know you and what you offer, meaning they're well aware of your services. Not necessarily so interested in purchasing or making any moves, but they are well aware of your services. Kind of like when someone sees a business name saying carpentry cleaning, or carpet cleaning, whatever. They're going to automatically know, okay, that business offers carpet cleaning. So if I were to be pushed to shove to have to get a carpet cleaning service, I would consider that company because I know they do carpet cleaning, which is also why you should be very clear on your Instagram name. Because if you're not writing like Slade, like if you're writing vague things like Slade by name, it's kind of hard for you to pull up in searches. Braids by Renisha Braids, or box braids by so-and-so. I do DJ Styles Miami because I do style and I'm in Miami and DJ is my name. So I'm able to use that as my staple. And I've been using that for years. It helped build my content and the way I use my hashtags. When people search me, I'm always going to pull up. And I've also established myself on Google, which helps me pull up even quicker to attract more clientele, which is what you guys should be on. Okay. Now, it means they know what you offer, but they haven't, and they will consider you if the time comes. They're not gonna, rush to be like, oh, I need to get this service from them because they do great work or because I've heard referrals. It's not really necessarily like that. It's usually because they know of you and they know of your services. Trust. Now, this is where the money is. If you notice, for the like arrow, it's red, meaning it's soft. It's warm. Okay, not warm. It's nice and cool when they like you, right? When they know you, it's nice and warm because the more they know you, the more you can manipulate that for you to be something for them to trust, to be a business to trust. So when the time comes, they can invest in your business or support your business. Now, the trust gives you the green light, meaning that's where the money comes in because they trust you and the services you offer. Now, this trust, it takes a lot to build that. Trust comes from consistency. Trust comes from people liking your work, people liking your services. So that means being consistent with the feedback and constantly improving upon the feedback. And to get trust, they have to know you and your services, meaning you have to make it easy for them to spend their money. But you also have to have those raving reviews for them to trust your business. In order for you to have raving reviews, you have to do work. And if you're not being, and if you're not successful in getting clients who want to pay for that work, then you're gonna have to attract free clients, non-paying clients, models. Okay, that's what they are. So that's what you're gonna have to do. So if you don't build your like, know, and trust, money will not come in. I build my like, know, and trust by building as much people as I knew. Okay, getting as much content as I could, consistently posted. You have to consistently show up, whether that's just 3 times a week. You can pick it, whether that's once every day. That's up to you and what you feel like your business needs, but you need to be consistent with that. I literally just stopped being on my Instagram because there's too much going on right now for me. Way too much. People are pulling me from different corners. People want me to teach them in different ways. I'm one person and I have my own plans where I'm trying to expand I'm going to expand my salon because I need bigger space to do these hands-on classes. And I'm also buying a home. It's a lot going on right now for me to be individually helping people and just individually creating courses and content for them. It's getting out of hand. So I had to slow down with that and reprioritize myself and what I'm really trying to do in life, because being overly busy is definitely not it. So yeah, people, you need to be able to be consistent, constantly, always. People want consistency. If they don't see you showing up all the time, they can't trust you. Okay, even if you're home not working, post like you're working, post reels like you're working, show content of you doing hair, show content of you providing education or value in some way, shape, or form. But you have to show up. You have to show up constantly, and you want to constantly improve upon the feedback given. That's what's going to build your like, know, and trust, whether you're a newbie in this game or not. Honey, I sucked the first 3 years and I'm 5 years in this game, and I've been building clientele since the moment I started this. So do the free work. I'm still doing free work to this day. And it's not like I'm doing free work all the time. No. I used back then, I used to be doing free work for like creating sales strategies or promoting new services or promoting more expensive services. Now it's basically for marketing, just my professional marketing. I have an event that I'm considering attending to do public speaking. I'm considering, because once again, I have a lot on my plate and I'm considering attending that. And if I do, I'm going to need that marketing for that. My marketing for my website. I want professional photos, So that's what I'm basically going to be doing free work for professional marketing. But as of right now, use your free work to get you to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You got to start with what you got to get to where you're trying to go. You can't rush the process. You can't force people to pay you. You got to build people's trust in order for them to spend that money. When you confuse them, you lose them, okay? Imagine somebody on the side of the road with a basket of flowers, not even a basket of flowers, just a bunch of electronics, and they're just trying to sell it to you, right? You're not going to want to buy from them, right? Because you don't know them. They just came out of nowhere with a basket of flowers or electronics, and it just started saying, hey, I got these for sale, buy these from me, these are great. How am I supposed to take your word for that when I don't know you? I don't know really anything about your products, and there's no one to really vouch for you. There's no reviews, there's no before and afters. You know what I'm saying? People need that. All business need that. Every single business needs that. There needs to be some form of result in the value you provided for the client that other people can see that will provide value to them as well. So, and now imagine that random person who came up to you and you're like, no, I'm not spending my money with you. I'd rather not, right? But let's say you're walking down the street every week and you see the same person constantly for weeks now. So maybe about 8 weeks now, you've seen them every single time you're walking across that specific street, and you see them with that same bouquet of flowers or electronics selling. By the 8th week, because you see them consistently there, you'll likely want to support, right? Whether you'll actually give them some money just to be like, hey, I can't really afford or want to buy any of these. I'm not going to have any use for these, but here's some money. That's going to happen. Why? Because you saw them show up for themselves constantly, consistently, even when it seemed like no one else was showing up for them. Okay. People only invest in those who invest in themselves. So if you're not willing to do the free work to get that marketing to show that, hey, I'm worth it, I'm doing work, my work is decent, come get booked with me, no one is going to no one's going to know who you are, and no one's going to want to spend their money with you. Okay. So how can free work get me paid? Use your number one, use your non-paying client as a model. for a high ticket or new and or existing service slash product that you can promote. Okay. Now, when I say high ticket, I mean your most expensive service. Okay. So if you know knotless braids are your most expensive service on the list, that's what you should be constantly promoting because it's going to bring you the most bang for your buck. It's okay if you do other styles, but you want to promote what's bringing you the most income because otherwise you'll be working for little pay. Trust me, people are only attracted to what you're putting out there. Okay. Also, it's also for trying to build new clients, and it's also to promote either an existing service that you already have or to promote because a lot of the times people transition. Like I know a friend who recently was styling everybody, doing all clients, but then she just recently stopped doing everybody and wanted to do kids only. So with that, she needed a model, which was a kid. And then she got the kid and she was able to style them, got as much videos and pictures as she possibly could. Then she went on Instagram and posted it and gave the announcement every single time she posted that kid's picture that, hey, I'm styling kids only now, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so a lot of the time people are just actually just switching services or switching their business model, and you can use that free work to help you do that. Okay, to make announcements and stuff like that. Number 2, use the photos / videos from the free service for your offline / online and marketing to build your hair and to build your hair portfolio. So yeah, use the photos and videos from the free service. Okay, like I was telling you about my friend, when she switched from doing everyone, adults and all that good stuff, and she solely started doing kids, she had to use that free client to promote that everywhere, on her website, on her booking site, on her social media, on her Google. She had to revamp and change her business model. And with that one free client, she was able to change everything. And now when people look at her promotions, people look at her page, people look at her website, they'll see automatically, okay, she does kids. I'm going to make sure that I refer a friend who has kids for her services, whether the person who's looking at their content or their page wants their services or not. They're going to be like, I know someone who could use this. Okay. You're going to be constantly attracting clients, which is why you need that marketing. And the best way to get that marketing is through getting models, free or non-paying clients. How can free work get me paid? Where you can promote your content, right? Like I was saying, website or booking site, social media, which is great, business listing sites like Google or Stylists, because those are like third-party listing sites. Those will put your business and your work on the map for other people who are already looking for those specific services to automatically book you without having to truly know you. When you're on these third-party listing sites, I highly recommend to build your reviews. That'll make it much easier for you to create and to basically get bookings. Like I said, people are not going to book you if they cannot trust you. And the best way for people to trust you is through the reviews. And that's what the marketing is for, to get the reviews, to get the content. That's what the free work is for, to get the marketing and to get the content. Business cards or flyers, networking events and parties. Okay, you can promote them at all these locations. That's what I do on the constant basis. It works and doesn't stop working. It's always worked, and these are my go-to, and I don't have to do much, and that's the best part. Especially when it comes to networking events and parties, I would highly suggest, if you have business cards, great. If you don't have business cards, that's fine. You'd want to download, it's up to you if you want to get a free one or pay for one. I have a free one called Hi Hello, I think, something like that. It's purple, and it's an app. And in this app, you can basically, it's a digital business card. So when you meet people, like I recently went to the Orlando Hair Show premiere last year and made a few friends, like I always do. And I didn't believe in, carrying business cards anymore, because a lot of the time it gets pretty messy and it's a waste of paper, honestly. People are on computers, people are on their phones, people are not trying to keep up with paper anymore, unless it's books. And people don't even read magazines. So in the app, it's a digital, oh my God, my phone's about to go crazy. It's a digital business card. And it has my photo, my logo, my website, my Instagrams, my other social media links. It has everything in there. My QR code. So when I walk up to a person and we communicate and we want to exchange information, whether they have that app or not, I can literally give them my info through the digital business card. Boom. And they'll be able to contact me, and they'll be able to get my information, see my website, see what I do. They'll be able to see my number, see my email, see if I offer any products, services, everything. They can see everything. So there's really no point in, geez, there's really no point in stacking paper. Okay, no more. It's too much work, it's too much mess. If you want to downsize things, you definitely want to consider doing the digital business card. Okay. And when you go out, you don't really know what type of bag you're going to be wearing. So you don't want to have like a million different business cards hanging around. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. So yeah, let's move on 1 second. So how can free work get me paid? Number 3, okay? Performing free services can boost your confidence and will help you feel more comfortable with putting yourself out there while charging the prices that you want. So let's say if there's a new service, let's say if I wanted to start doing full locks again, right? I would get my model, I would do the butterfly locks on them. And if I have a mishap or something in that service, I can use that to build my experience, to know what to look out for and what to watch out for and how to better prepare when it comes to actually servicing my paying client. Okay. Everything you do is not in vain. Free work is never in vain. There's so many things to learn from, to boost your skills, to boost your experience, to make sure that you get paid and you feel good about being paid because you know what to do when things, hit the fan or when bad things happen. So take advantage of the free work you do, because this is going to boost your confidence. And it's also going to help you become an expert basically in what you do. Okay. And you want to be that. You want to become an expert in what you do. People pay more for that. People invest more into that. And honestly, the more work you do, you'll feel more comfortable charging, because usually people don't feel comfortable with charging because they feel like they haven't done the work enough. If you feel like you haven't done enough work, keep working. I was working basically every day up until 2020. Even then, I was working every day and my clients would be so mad at me. Now, 2021 and 2022, I said, yeah, fuck that. I'm going to be working my 2 days, and I'm going to be working my 3 days. I'm going to be off my 2 days and work my 3-4 days and call it a day. I'm not going to overgive myself because I have things that I have to take care of. And I'm also a single mother of a 9-year-old. It's not really ideal for me to be slaving all the time for this fast cash. I need to be prioritizing myself, and I need to be prioritizing my finances, right? Okay, so be an all-star, meaning give your all when styling your non-paying client, okay? The more intentional you are with providing great service, the more likely it will be for you to receive a raving review. And you want a rating review. You can't do nothing with a 3-star. You can't do nothing with a 2-star review, okay? We want 5-star reviews only. So if that means you got to provide your client with some tea, if that means you got to give them a foot rub at the end, that's up to you. I don't do that. What I used to do was provide a foot bath. So I used to have those foot bath massagers, and I would fill it up with water, sometimes with lemon, with herbs, depending on the client. And then they would sit in it as I would either shampoo their hair or style their hair, depending on the location and how you have your thing set up. But go above and beyond. Yes, they're not paying, but you want that review. You want that review where they're just shouting your services and your business to the rooftop. When they turn around, all they can talk about is how good you and your services were. That's what you want, okay? You want to be an all-star. It's basically for nothing if you're doing the free service and you got an attitude. Like, what's the point? What's the point? If you feel like you're going to get 4 stars, don't do it. If you don't feel like you're going to hit that 5 stars, don't do it. Okay. You need 5 stars and above. That's it. Okay. Be an all-star. This will make or break the time you put in for doing this free service. Okay? Don't do work in vain now. Be intentional. Be intentional, guys. Life is all about attention and intention. That's it. Pay attention and be intentional. All right? I'm telling you, life will flow much more easier and you'll become much more aligned with the things you want for yourself when you begin to pay more attention and intentionalize the things you do. Okay? How can free work get me paid? Number 4, tell your non-paying client to leave a raving review before, during, and after the service. Okay? Now, this may sound like a lot. I get it, but it's necessary because they need to have it ingrained in their head that, okay, I'm not just here to get my hair done for the low, for the free, because she's going to hook me up, because she's a nice person, because I know her. Hell no. That's not the fucking case at all. And they better not get that twisted either, which is why you're going to make sure when you do approach them to make them a model for your free work, you're going to let them know, hey, yo, I'm going to want to do this in exchange for a good review or a positive review or a raving review. You want to put those adjectives in before the word review so their subconscious mind can automatically think, okay, let me speak positive. Let me speak good upon her name. I'm going to automatically think to give back in a positive way versus just giving a bland, basic review. Okay? Do that and you'll be able to increase your chances in getting the review for your free service. This works for me all the time. All the time. All the time. But mainly because I'm an all-star. Servicing my clients is basically like a performance, and it should be that way. Okay? If you're trying to have people come back to you, make them feel welcome, make them feel comfortable, make them feel seen, prioritized, and heard. Okay? But when it comes to this free work, make sure you're not being taken advantage of, which is why you have to be clear prior to making them a model that, hey, I'm going to want to do your hair for free in exchange for a review. During the service, so while you're doing their hair and you kikiing, you laughing, y'all having fun, y'all talking about, boys, y'all talking about bills, y'all talking about kids, y'all, y'all getting into it. You know what I'm saying? You know how hair services be. Once y'all pouring y'all souls out to each other and y'all having those real good, deep, real good conversations, slip it in. You know what I'm saying? Like slip it in, especially when she says, or when he or she says something positive about you while they're in the chair, slip it in and say, yes, and I'm gonna be expecting that in the review. Or be like, and yes, make sure you include that in the review. Or yes, don't forget to put that in the review. Or yes, I'm gonna send you the link after the service so you can put that in the review. You need to be saying that during the service. Because if you're not saying that, they're not gonna even think twice to do it afterwards. And during that service, because you're saying that with them, and you're saying it in such a good, positive mood during the good flow and mood of the conversation of the service, you'll be able to catch them in that moment while they're in that high to be able to respond back and say, yes, I got you. Okay. And that's what you want. You want that verbal agreement prior, during, and after the service. Okay. And when I say after the service, that means after you have the finished look, they see themselves in the mirror, whether they like it or love it. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? You let them know I'll be sending you the link, which should be no later than the moment they're in that chair about to get out and within an hour after they've left. If it's been past an hour, you've almost lost your shot. Your shot to get that review has decreased by 50%. I know this. Because I've been tired. I'll be on phone calls. I'll be trying to check up on my son in between clients. So I'll drop the ball with sending that review. I can get that automated. I should work on that. I'm going to work on that. I should get that automated. But yes, after the service, you want to tell them, hey, I'm going to send you a link. Expect the text so you can send the review. Thank you so much for being my model, yada, 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 expecting the good review in a little bit. And then boom, You'll send them that link, and then they will do that due diligence to do what the fuck they said that they was going to do. Okay, period. Now, different types of reviews you can get though. Now, you want to know this stuff because just in case they don't wind up giving you a written review online, which happens, don't get upset. Don't get mad. Some people feel cheesy when they leave reviews. Some people forget. You know, people are very forgetful. People get easily distracted. People are too busy. People don't even like being on their phones. Half of the world don't even like being on their phones when it comes to reading and doing meticulous activity like reading and typing. Okay. People like to scroll all day. If you can get them to scroll, they'll do that. But getting them to write a review, you have to put some work in. But just in case that doesn't work out, there are different types of reviews, like Google reviews. That's a written review. That would be a link that you would send to your client after you're done styling them. And all this information works for you, whether you're in a new city, whether you're switching, your business model or your services, whether you're, just, been in business probably 10, 15 years, 5 years, don't matter. You just want to get your strategy, in check. You want to make sure you're not missing out on anything when it comes to working with models and marketing your business. This is great for people, beginners, experience. This is great for everyone. This information is literally good for anyone in any phase of their beauty business. So different types of reviews. The Google review, I was saying that's a written review, and you'd want to send that as a link after the service, okay? Because Google puts you on the map, and like I told you earlier before, the more you basically show up in 5 stars, the more you will show up when people search your business services. So I am a licensed cosmetologist, but I also do braids. So when people type in braids in Miami, guess who pulls up? I pull up, because every single week I always get a 5-star review. Always. I always get a 5-star positive review. And with that being so consistent and also being so high in rating, people are more trusting to book me. People ain't never met me. People I ain't never met before. And it's funny that I've been getting away with this for the past 5 years. Thank you, God, for keeping me safe. But people ain't never met me and are so quick to book me and pay full price in that moment, because they have seen so many reviews. They have seen my character. They have seen people rave about me that they trust me enough to just give them to immediately, support my business, for them to support me, for them to invest in me. That's what you want. That's what the reviews are for. The reviews speak for themselves, to where you ain't got to show up no more for your business. Your business shows up for your business. Right now, you are the business because you're birthing this. So you have to show up for it, just like a baby. But by the time you've built it up, and you've got those reviews in check, which is the baby walking and talking and able to feed itself, you ain't got to do shit no more. The baby is working for itself. And that's what you want. Attracting clients are going to be so much easier. It's going to feel automated, and you'll get there. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be intentional with every step.